Madrid in the final of the Spanish Cup at the Santiago Bernabeu.
A dream night for Atletico, when just for a moment, all the years of hurt evaporated. Los Colchoneros begin this campaign with another chance to pinch a title from one of Spain's superpowers. Barcelona made the ideal start to life under Gerardo Martino. Can the Blaugrana now go on to secure their first trophy under the Argentine? It's the first leg of the Spanish Super Cup, live in HD on SBS. Radamel Falcao may be gone, but the World Cup winner David Villa has arrived. The former Barcelona striker gets an early chance to meet his old teammates and will start up front with Diego Costa. The new man in charge at the camp now is looking to implement a more direct approach whilst reviving Barca's much revered pressing game. Martino makes two changes to the side that put Levante to the sword at the weekend. Who can take the ascendancy in the first leg is the Spanish Super Cup live on SBS. Good morning and welcome along. We've just seen Arsenal put 3 past Fenerbahce in the Champions League playoff first leg. And we've got another fantastic match in prospect here. Francis Waratifi and Jason Kalina are still with me. Jason, Barca look as strong as ever under Martino. It makes this home leg for Atletico all that more important, doesn't it?
It definitely does, and Martino is saying he wants to implement a more direct style of play. Well, how much more direct can you get compared to the previous seasons? But I think I know what he means by that. I mean, instead of, as you say, direct, you think about the ball being played in the air over the top. He probably wants to cut out the passing, have less passing, but play more direct into the front players where they can go off and try and create more chances and score more goals. And it's definitely worked last week. They won 7-0 in their first league game, so it's definitely working. But there's not much you can change at Barcelona. They're a great team, and Atletico tonight are going to have a huge task on their hands, and it's a very important game for them. OK, well, Diego Simeone makes no changes from the side that won on the weekend against Sevilla for Atletico, the home side in the first leg. We know Diego Costa and David Villa combine well. Arda Turan has that quality in midfield. Overall, how do you see their lineup, Franny?
Oh, look, it's a very strong team. It's not really that much different from what they had last year. I think when you look at the team, David Villa's come in. Obviously, he'll score the goals, hopefully, or trying to replace the goals from last year. And Arda Turan's a super player, excellent dribbler of the ball, a good creator. Diego Costa, one of the biggest wind-up merchants, but very talented player. I think if Liverpool are looking to sell Suarez, he'd be the ideal replacement.
Two changes too, Franny, for Barca. Iniesta in for Fabregas, and of course Jordi Alba for the suspended Adriano. So really much of the same with Messi, Alexis Sanchez and Pedro, the front three. No Neymar in the starting lineup. You know, what do you think his attitude towards Neymar will be in the early stages of the season? I
think he'll just bide his time and slowly put him into the team. I mean, you don't want to thrust a player like that into the team. The strength of Barcelona over the years has been their consistency in their lineup. So changing that too much may or may not disrupt the team, but I think Martino will prefer to just, settle, let Neymar sit on the bench and slowly give him time to adapt to Barcelona style, because it needs adapting. Even though he is a fantastic player, it's going to take some time. So I think that's the approach he'll take with Neymar.
Messi got a brace at the weekend, but just on the Neymar situation, Franny, in your view, where's his best place in that lineup, and who do you think he's likely to replace in the front three?
It's a difficult one. I think I see Neymar playing on one of the wide positions. I think it's either going to be a left or a right. So that means you're looking at someone like a Pedro, replacing a Pedro, or on the other side, whether it's Christian Tello or someone like that, But the thing is, it depends on where he plays Iniesta. So Iniesta obviously sometimes plays in that left-hand side as the third forward. So he may put Iniesta into midfield and then play him there. But I see him playing in the wide positions, definitely. He's a terrific player, but as Jason said quite rightly, Barcelona are a unique club. You need time to settle into their system, because no player can just come in, no matter how good you are, and just go straight into it.
Sure, but Jason, given his Confederations Cup performance, it gives rise to so many possibilities, doesn't it, moving forward with this player and the absolute superstardom of Lionel Messi. How good could Barcelona be in this new phase under Martino with those two firing.
They could be very, very good. I mean, it's, you know, last season when you ask, OK, how can we make Barcelona better? Who do we bring in to make better? We've got the best players, but they brought in Neymar, and he's a super talent in his own right. And like we said before, Barcelona has a certain system, and players don't learn that overnight. It doesn't matter how good you are. So Neymar will be blooded slowly. I think he'll adapt to the Barcelona style, but it may take some time. But I think, you know, once he's off and running, and, you know, with the Confederations Cup he had under his belt, you know, I think he's a fantastic talent and a great acquisition to Barcelona. But it will take a bit of time.
And you talk about the young coaches in Europe. Diego Simeone's record, 4th final since he took over. He's won a European title already, the Copa del Rey last season. So, you know, he's had a fantastic record. Not a big spending club, so he's had to do with what he's got. Obviously, Falcao carried them to a lot of their success, but, you know, he's a tremendous young coach, isn't he? Oh,
he's a tremendous coach, but he's got a good record in Argentina as well. He coached over there, and then he went over to Italy and coached at, I think it was Catania he was at, and he coached there as well, did really well there, and then went on to Atletico. And I think it's really not something that's happened overnight. It's been something that's built up over a number of years in him learning his trade, and but he's had tremendous success here. The thing is with Atletico, they're a club that have they do spend a lot, but they're also in debt. They're in a tremendous amount of debt, and they also do things like borrow players. And I mean, for example, the goalkeeper, Courtois, is a Chelsea player. He's actually on loan, so he's been on loan there for the last 2 seasons, and he's on. They've given him again on loan there, and he played a very, very critical role in their win last year when they played, especially in that final against Real Madrid. Very, very good young goalkeeper. Got a big future ahead of him. And but they've got some reinforcements. They signed Martin Di Michaelis from Malaga, very experienced Argentine international defender. So I think Simeone is just hoping to sort of, you know, keep that success going. And I think with David Villa replacing Falcao, I think that I mean, Villa's record at Valencia goal scoring was just phenomenal before he went to Barcelona. So. No real worries there. I think that he'll do a good job for them.
And much has been made of his, you know, he facing his old teammates at Barcelona and the sort of angst he had at times, because he had that shocking leg break that really stopped his tracks and all his momentum at the Club World Cup. Must be disappointing being so good and then struggling to get back into that type of rhythm as an elite player. Yeah,
look, speaking from personal experiences with injuries, it's not easy when you've come back from such a serious injury, and to come back to the level that Barcelona is asking of a player is a big task. Yeah. And
yeah, it's a huge task. And I think there was also rumours that he didn't get on with Messi, that him and Messi, there was a bit of a personal thing there between them. And I think that's probably one of the things with the signing of Neymar as well, because Neymar in any other team would be the leader. But in this team, Messi is the undisputed leader. Neymar's going to have to fit in. So, and this is the other thing as well. It's not just about putting the players together. It's a question of Neymar having to accept that Messi is the undisputed leader of this team, and that he, like the others, is going to have to fit in around Messi. And that's one of the other reasons I think that, you know, he's been slowly integrated into the team, as Jason was saying.
And what a great way to wake up this morning watching Atletico and Barcelona after sampling Arsenal's 3 goals against Fenerbahce. Great colour and atmosphere for the Vicente Calderón, and a brilliant piece of theatre in Spanish football. A working-class club against the royalty of Spain. Your predictions, Jason?
I think it's going to be a tight one, and I'm predicting a 1-1 scoreline.
1-1. Francis?
Yeah, it's going to be a tight one. I mean, I think Atletico got a great defence, and as I said, Jason, I think I'm going to call it fairly even as well.
OK, much anticipated this one, the first leg, and kick-off approaches at the Calderón, calling this one for SBS Aitek Genç and Vitor Sobral.
The Spanish season may just be a week old, but there's already a trophy for the taking. The Supercopa may not be the most coveted prize in Spain, but both Atletico Madrid and Barcelona are taking this competition deadly seriously. The presence of Lionel Messi is just an indication of that. For Atletico Madrid, their coach has named an unchanged starting 11 from the one that defeated Sevilla 3-1 in the opening round of La Liga on the weekend. That means former Barcelona striker David Villa faces his old club barely a month after leaving the Camp Nou. It was his strike partner Diego Costa who stole the show with 2 goals on the weekend as the club move on from the high-profile departure of Radamel Falcao. Arda Turan and promising talent Koke will provide the creativity in Simeone's efficient 4-4-2. The referee tonight is 42-year-old Undiano Mayenko, a part-time sociologist. He's also highly experienced, over 200 matches under his belt. He was also voted the best Spanish referee in 2005 and 2007. The most notable evidence of new Barcelona coach Gerardo Martino's determination to win this competition is his starting side. It's just about their strongest 11, but there are 2 changes from the weekend thrashing of Levante. Andres Iniesta, who played 20 minutes in that game, starts in place of Cesc Fabregas. Jordi Alba stepping in for the suspended Adriano at left back is the other change for the Catalans. And after coming on to much fanfare as a substitute in the league, $86 million signing, Neymar again begins from the bench. That's the opposite bench to that one. Diego Simeone sitting down for Atletico Madrid. Gerardo, nicknamed Tata Martino. Aitek Gench is with me. Aitek, we're winning the Supercopa. Help Martino settle in as Barcelona coach.
Well, I think he's already settled in, Vitor. Good morning. Martino, with a great 7-0 victory in his first match against Levante. He's probably settled in already, but it's a great opportunity for him to win a trophy in this first Supercopa for him.
Atletico Madrid and Barcelona have met 4 times before in the Supercopa. Barca hold the edge, having 3 victories to 1. And you have to go back to 1985 to find an Atletico triumph. This, of course, is the first leg at the Vicente Calderón. The return will be played next week at the Camp Nou. Barcelona in their new away kits of red and yellow in honour of the Catalan flag. Atletico Madrid in their usual strip of red and white with blue shorts, and Aitek, lots of stripes going on the pitch. It was a bit distracting for the players.
Well, we did notice that, Vitor, when they were coming out in the tunnel, both teams in stripes. We also did notice that David Villa and Leo Messi, there was no eye contact there in the tunnel, was there?
Many believe that is the reason why Villa had to leave. As Atletico pushing hard early on. Goal kick here. Asking for the foul. Busquets involved, as he often is when things get a bit ugly. David Villa, much attention will be on him tonight. The last time these two met in a Supercopa was 1996. It was a classic encounter. Barcelona ended up winning it 5-4 on aggregate. And one player who did play for Atletico in those 2 games was Diego Simeone, the now coach of Atletico Madrid. And he has not lost the final in which he has coached this team in. That's 3 out of 3 for Simeone as Arda Turan gets to the byline. Good ball back for Villa. Easy pickings for Victor Valdez. Good early signs for Atletico, Aitek.
Good run there by Arda Turan, a key player. Technically gifted, Turkish international. A little bit of trouble there for Dani Alves.
Free kick to Barcelona. Atletico Madrid under Simeone, a very uncompromising side. They might get a few yellow cards throughout the season. Very tight between the lines. As Busquets finds Dani Alves. He did get on the score sheet in that thumping of Levante. It may have been 7-0, Aitek, but was there some signs there that this Barcelona under Martino is going to be even stronger than last season?
Well, there certainly were signs. We've spoken about the pressing Martino. There's a lot of media reports about the way he's brought a fresher approach, or pretty much an approach that used to exist there. High pressing. He's asked Messi to press as well. Work very hard. It's always good when you have a new coach with a different perspective.
Iniesta tried to pick out Alexis Sanchez, who does move in between the lines at will and cutting in from out wide. Neymar waiting for his chance. He did come on in the last 15 minutes against Levante to rapturous applause from the Camp Nou faithful. You expect he might get a chance tonight as well. Pedro's gone down. Referee says play on. Diego Godin involved. Juan Fan, rather, who blocked Pedro fairly, says the official.
Big roller play for Juan Fran and Felipe Luis to counter the attacking threat of Sanchez and Pedro, who will give Barcelona a lot of width in this game. But we've already seen Atletico, there's no space in between the lines. They're very conscious of that. They don't want Messi drifting in between the lines and picking up the ball and running at players.
Two Argentines on the coaches' benches tonight. These two have actually never faced each other as coaches, but they did as players. And in those days, it was Diego Simeone who was getting the better of the two. He was playing for Vélez Sarsfield, and Martino was playing for Newell's Old Boys. In fact, Martino never won a game against Simeone when they played against each other. He's looking to make that right tonight as a coach as Mascherano steps in. Piqué. Puyol still out with an injury for Barcelona. And many expected them to sign a central defender in the transfer window. There's still talk about David Luiz coming, but Martino seems quite happy with the squad he's got.
Well, how could you not be happy with the squad that Barcelona have got? Superstars everywhere. Neymar, the big signing, but early on in this game, Barcelona not having an easy time of it. There's no space between the lines. Atletico very robust, very compact, working very hard to make sure that Barcelona don't penetrate in the front third.
Jordi Alba, who didn't play that game against Levante, in for the suspended Adriano tonight. It's Xavi, who was expected to actually sit this one out. His aging legs a concern in the Barcelona camp as Juan Fran wins it for Atletico. Diego Costa straight into the path of Javier Mascherano. Be the biggest in stature, but has plenty of bite in his defensive capability. Busquets. Barcelona calm in possession. Iniesta. Now Messi, his first real contribution. Gets away from two. Alves. They've been trying to pick out Messi. It's Pedro on the edge of the penalty area, who could have done more perhaps. Xavi. There's the evidence of the newfound Barcelona pressing, or refound Barcelona pressing. But it's Atletico's defence that's standing strong so far. They do sit with those two deep holders, I-Tech, and it makes it very difficult through the middle.
Well, it does, and we saw Messi there dart through. Not much space in there, and under a lot of pressure, darted through, but fantastic to watch Barcelona win that ball back so quickly. Something that Martino has instilled in them once again.
It's Courtois colliding with Miranda, the central defender. Goalkeeper on loan from Chelsea. Jose Mourinho realised it was probably better for him to get another season of #1 action before really applying the pressure on Peter Cech in the Chelsea goal. Miranda seems to have recovered. It's down to him that Atletico are in this game. It was his goal that won them the Copa del Rey against Real Madrid last season. Third straight final victory for Diego Simeone, winning the Europa League and the last season's UEFA Super Cup. So the Atletico Madrid trophy cabinet. There may have been something going on off the ball there. Busquets is asking for a card. Diego Costa was the player at the centre. Slight pushing and shoving between Alba and Costa. No doubt it was a foul.
Well, I think Jordi Alba made a little bit of a meal of that, in particular at the end there, with a clutching of his head. We'll probably see a lot of that in this game.
Approaching the 10-minute mark at the Vicente Calderon. Not much goal-mouth action, but a few off-the-ball niggles going on. Atletico trying to unsettle Barcelona's rhythm. Simeone was known as a tenacious player in his day, and he's instilled that ethos into his team. Piqué. Dani Alves. Starting to settle Barcelona. Jordi Alba. Iniesta. Alves just gets there ahead of Arda Turan. Now here's Messi. It's a great ball in and a chance here for Barcelona. Sanchez snatched at it, did come in at him awkwardly. The first real opening from Barcelona.
Oh, good work there by Leo Messi. Found himself in space on the right-hand side. A beautiful ball. The first real chance for Barca, and you can already see Dani Alves creeping forward, more and more forward. Jordi Alba on the other side. Pedro tucking in. Sanchez tucking in, leaving that space open, and Messi also just dropping into that hole to pick the ball up and create chances.
Barcelona have won this competition 10 times. They won 3 straight between 2009 and 2011. It's their 5th consecutive appearance, so the stats certainly in Barcelona's favour. Okay, trying to pick out Pedro. Taking the number 7 shirt, the Barcelona winger, in the absence of David Villa. Busquets. Excellent pass to find Messi. Crowded out the Argentine wizard. Turan to Villa, who hasn't got much in support. And arrives now. Good move by Atletico. Turan's got space to run into. Costa's gone down off the ball. It's play on, and Villa! What a goal! David Villa against his former club. He celebrates with the Atletico faithful.
What a goal by David Villa, what a volley. Give him a great amount of satisfaction, that goal. But Arda Turan on a quick counter-attack by Atletico, which is pretty much the game plan by Simeone, is to ambush, great ambush, Arda Turan. Beautiful ball in, great control. Beautiful one-touch play back to Arda Turan. Didn't think he was going to get there at one stage. He just tinks the ball up for David Villa, and what a volley.
It was technique of supreme quality. And to think, he cost Atletico Madrid $3.1 million. Could be one of the buys of the season.
Well, he's a quality striker, David Villa. And he's had his share of injury problems of late, but he's found a home here at Atletico, and that'll give him, like I said, a great amount of satisfaction.
12 minutes played at the Vicente Calderon in the first leg of the Supercopa. It's Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 0. The goal coming from a player who left Barcelona just a month ago, David Villa. History tells you Barcelona won't be fazed by going down so early. Piqué. Excellent pass to Jordi Alba. Back there is Diego Costa. One front trying to play his way out of trouble. Tech, was there a sign there that when the initial press isn't perfect, Barcelona could get punished?
Well, that's correct. If you press and you commit men into tackles, you can get caught on the counter-attack, and that's the tactic. That's what Simeone wants. We can see they're dropping deep. They're happy to drop deep in behind the halfway line and try and break, and it's very important how fast they break in transition.
Here's Pedro. That's the crossover, but no one there for Barcelona. Comfortable for Courtois. Tata Martino, a student of Marcelo Bielsa. He was a player when Bielsa was coach of Newell's Old Boys in the early 90s. Martino then made his name in Paraguay with Cerro Porteño and Libertad, winning the Paraguayan Championship 4 times before taking over the Paraguayan national team. Atletico conceding another free kick. No yellow cards as yet. Time it was Koke harassing Sergio Busquets. A new trend, a fine line, I think.
Well, some of the players are. It's got to be a little bit careful. Referee as well. How harsh he is on foul play, but Barcelona at the moment just can't seem to penetrate in the front third. It's all possession, but not much in the front third.
Iniesta. Villa's made a good run. Tried to nod it back for Xavi. Appeals for a penalty. They go unheard by the official. And here's Arda Turan, who created the opening for David Villa. It's a brilliant move to get out of trouble. Diego Simeone did talk about in the pre-game how Barca had improved their pressing and how he would need to find as a shot there almost took Valdez by surprise, and everyone in the Vicente Calderon as well. Simeone spoke about how he needed to find a solution to get away from the pressing, and early on it seems that is the case.
Like we said, drop behind the ball, very happy. David Villa, we can see his starting position is in behind the halfway line. And it's all about the quick counter-attack, the quick break. And Atletico have done that. Arda Turan in particular has been superb on the left-hand side, exploiting the space in between the lines on the left and in behind Dani Alves, and that's always a perceived problem for Barcelona, the space in behind Jordi Alba and Dani Alves.
Messi dropping deeper, and he's dispossessed, and it's another break on for Atletico. They're combining well here. Villa's through the middle. Could it be 2? Excellent tackle from Gerard Piqué. A goal-saving one. Got there just in time.
Well, once again, great combinational play. 3 players, little triangle, in transition, causing all sorts of problems for Barcelona, and a great tackle by Piqué.
Sanchez looking for an opening. Iniesta to Pedro. Some of the action in the final third has been disappointing from Barcelona.
And with crosses like that, Vitora, there's no aerial threat from Barcelona. It's not the way they play. They do have 2 wide players, and 2 fullbacks like to overlap, but you know, the early cross or the high cross is not really a factor in whether they can score goals or not.
Plenty of impact from the bench for Barcelona. Neymar and Cesc Fabregas waiting for their moment as the backward header almost brought Barcelona unstuck. Diego Costa has been working extremely hard. I think after 2 goals in their opening league game, he might be allowed to just stay up front and wait for his chance, but he's coming back with Jordi Alba all the way.
Well, he's working very hard as well, but it was interesting when David Villa scored the goal. Diego Costa spent most of his time arguing with the referee because he got knocked off the ball.
Villa spoke about how he might not celebrate against his former club, but there was just this incredible emotion lifted from him when that ball went in. Piqué. It's the typical patient approach from Barcelona. Xavi. Passing, probing, waiting for their chance. Iniesta. Now Piqué stepping forward. Well, you have to be impressed with the way Atletico have defended in this opening 20 minutes. They haven't given Barcelona a centimetre.
Oh, they've been so well organised. There's no room there. Xavi, Iniesta trying to drop a little bit deeper to pick the ball up. Wide players have been nullified. Felipe Luis and Juan Fran are doing a good job. Suarez, Gabi working very hard centrally. Arda Turan dropping deep. But it all means nothing if they don't break quickly, and they've certainly done that.
Four fouls already from Atletico Madrid. They still no bookings, however. We'll have to be careful as this contest continues. They do have the lead thanks to the ex-Barcelona striker David Villa. Jordi Alba combining with Pedro. Now Iniesta. Piqué's almost permanently camped in the Atletico half. Pedro's done well to keep it in play. Just two walls of red and white in front of them, Barcelona. Alexis. Let's shrug off Felipe Luis and brings down Arda Turan.
Once again, great ball-centric defending by Atletico. Every time a Barcelona player gets the ball, there's not just one, there's one, two, sometimes three. Players ready to ambush. A line of four, a line of five with David Villa as the outlet. Very hard for Barcelona to break them down. No space in between the lines. Messi not really in the game at this point in time. So tactically, it's all there for Atletico. They're doing well.
One front. Atletico Madrid still trying to pressure high as Barcelona try and play out from the back. It's not quite as simple as it was against Levante, but they do get there. And there's plenty of football going on this morning. And for the pick at the action from all the big games, head to sbs.com.au/theworldgame. Lots of results and important fixtures on this morning. And this is up there with them. First leg of the Spanish Super Cup. Messi. Been blocked out of proceedings so far that unleashing from just outside the penalty area was almost a shot out of anger.
A little bit fortunate to get that back. Messi tried to play a ball. Came back to him. Really lashed the shot well over the bar. Really needs to get in the game. But he's that type of player, isn't he? A player that can, at any moment, create something out of nothing. And that's always going to be a worry for Atletico. They know that.
Costa's brought it down well. Arda Turan takes over. Now Villa. Just too strong for Diego Costa. The 24-year-old. He's now partnering David Villa up front. He's, of course, was the foil for Radamel Falcao in the past couple of seasons at Atletico. Falcao moving on to Monaco for an astronomical $90 million.
Atletico produce a lot of players, haven't they, Vitor? You have a look at players that have come and gone. Sergio Aguero, Torres, De Gea.
Has been a fine school for many players. And now Barca showing off their schooling in their system, but running into trouble. Away by Godin. They don't take many chances in those positions, Atletico. They are, of course, earning a reputation as a cup team. They have won 5 out of their last 6 finals since 2010 rather. Last time they lost was in 2010 to Sevilla in the Copa del Rey. They know how to win these one-off games or these two-legged encounters. Busquets combining with Alexis. Again, running into trouble that time. Into Mario Suarez. Iniesta. Pedro. Oh, they're trying to make the overlap, but ran into Diego Costa. Here's Xavi. Alexis with the chance to swing it in. It was Alexis, rather, who got on the end of the cross. Couldn't head it towards goal. It was Dani Alves who provided.
That was a great ball by Dani Alves. Xavi out wide. That's a beautiful ball, just in behind the defenders, and Alexis just couldn't get there, but that's good play by Barcelona.
Are they starting to find the gaps now? Just waiting for their moment.
Well, they are. Over time, Atletico could get a little bit tired. They're working very hard defensively. And as the game wears on, Barcelona will be patient. They'll just probe. They won't panic. And things may open up.
Another player who's come through the system at Atletico Madrid. We do have some youngsters coming through. Koke is a player who's got a great potential. He's already got a Spanish cap. Playing in a wider position here for Atletico. He can play in the centre as well. Now Iniesta, who's got plenty of international caps and a World Cup final goal as well. Xavi. Messi. Iniesta trying to play it in for Alexis Sanchez, but the spaces are hard to come by for Barcelona in this, against this well-drilled Atletico defence.
You can see already Atletico, Barcelona just forcing them back a little bit deeper and a little bit deeper. Still working very hard, Atletico, but the lines are starting to get a little bit deeper. We did see Pedro in a little bit of space earlier on. Juan Fran at the back track. Nice cross by Dani Alves, and like I said, Barcelona will just keep probing and pushing and trying to find an outlet.
This is proving a far more difficult test than their opening La Liga game against Levante. They were 6-0 up at half-time again in that one. 1-0 down here. Dani Alves. Xavi. Also wonder how long Xavi's legs can last after playing on the weekend. We have Cesc Fabregas and, of course, Neymar on the bench. Here's Alexis. Finally gets around Filipe Luis, but lost the momentum. And Filipe Luis, the Brazilian international left-back, has done a very good job on Alexis Sanchez in this opening half hour. Busquets can produce moments of brilliant skill. Sergio Busquets. Yes, they're into Xavi. Messi. Trying to thread it through for his central midfielder. Does tend to drop deeper and deeper if the ball's not coming to him.
It's important for Atletico that they do hang on with the lead at half-time, because if they don't, there could be a bit of problems. You see Barcelona really trying to press.
Atletico have just about played out of it beautifully, but ran into trouble. And Busquets is down on the ground looking in some discomfort. Maybe in a tackle from Mario Suarez. Both of them went studs in. Oof. In fact, it was Koke who's really got to watch himself. He's already committed a couple of challenges, and he's lucky he didn't get booked there.
Well, it's probably a booking for me. He's gone in for a slide and really just smashed him with his knees, and that's a yellow card.
Well, Mayenko has officiated Atletico Madrid 21 times and given them 70 yellow cards. Not sure if that's an indication of his discipline or Atletico's indiscipline.
Atletico, a very physically imposing team as well. They work very hard. They're very determined. Suarez, Gavi, Godin, Miranda, these players are really committed to every challenge. Every player's willing to work, and that's something that Simeone's instilled in Atletico, the mentality, which is so important. Players believe in what he's presenting. They're happy to drop deep. We see Diego Costa at times dropping into a five-man midfield, leaving David Villa up front. Every player working very hard, very disciplined.
Xavi swings in the free kick. Easily dealt with by Diego Costa. As I take mention, working extremely hard this evening. Alves with the long ball to Jordi Alba. Just before we saw Alex Song warming up, but it does appear as though Busquets has recovered. It'll be the like-for-like replacement. Now, a chance for Atletico to break. Costa hasn't got much in support. Dribbling isn't his best quality, but other Turan's is, and he's won it back for Atletico. It's almost out of nothing that they hurt you the most, Atletico Madrid. Luke Luis upset with the decision. He's given Alexis Sanchez a torrid time so far.
Free kick, but still good defending by Godin. Strong, powerful. Doesn't let Alexis turn at all.
Foul count. Already up to 7 for Atletico. And that's just an indication that Barcelona might be slightly rattled. You don't often see Busquets playing the ball straight out. Here's Busquets. Better pass into Pedro. Xavi. It's just two walls in front of them. Iniesta. Messi trying to flick it back to Iniesta, but Atletico players all around him. He barely has space to breathe in. And Messi's upset because he felt that there was a handball there by Godin. It does appear that that was the case.
Well, it's definite handball by Godin, but as you said, Vito, it's just absolutely no space. 4 players surrounding Messi there. And we haven't seen Jordi Alba get forward at all, have we?
He's been heavily watched by Diego Costa. Another foul. It's interesting that Atletico, the players always look stunned that the referee has blown the whistle. Busquets, now Iniesta. Pedro coming inside now. An excellent sliding challenge. Villa brought down by Iniesta.
We talk about the work ethic. There, Diego Costa. I mean, he just went after Pedro, won the ball. This is a striker. This is supposed to be a guy who can score goals up front, but his work ethic and his determination to close down Pedro is amazing.
Mascherano not taking any chances. Lifted forward by Godin. He gets up above Busquets, and Busquets gets above Villa, rather, and he wins the free kick. And they're looking for Diego Costa. A chance for Barcelona to break, but Atletico get back so quickly. It's rare that they lose that. Two banks of four just in front of the penalty area, with Diego Costa coming back to help out. They've won it many times in the middle. Villa. On front with the captain, Gavi. He's wearing Simeone's number 14 that he used to wear for this club. Really has instilled the old ethos of that wonderful side from the mid-90s that won the double. Free kick here, in good position for Barcelona, and it is the first yellow card of the contest for Juan Fran. And I think you have to say, it's been coming.
Oh, it's been coming. Barcelona are under a lot of physical pressure in this game. And on the counter-attack, long ball in behind, and Pedro got the front position off the shoulder of Juan Fran, who pulled him down. Now Juan Fran's actually giving a verbal attack.
They're just trying to intimidate Barcelona any way they can. There's no doubt there was a pull back by Juan Fran. I think it's almost better if Barcelona players just stand up and get on with it, because...
Well, they've got to keep the game flowing, don't they? Atletico want the game to stop. The stoppages help them. They get reorganised, get their shape back. Barcelona want this game to go at a higher tempo.
Just about everyone from Atletico inside their penalty area as Xavi swings in. Excellent defensive header. Dani Alves from distance. And Barcelona, aside from one or two little openings, have barely created a chance.
That's true, and the player clearing the ball with a header, once again, Diego Costa. A striker back there helping out again.
Of course, the Spanish League season started on the weekend, and throughout the season you'll be able to see the highlights from Spain, because the World Game is back, and back for the 2013-14 season. Join us from 11 p.m. Mondays for the best action from the world's greatest leagues. Spain certainly amongst it. Atletico staking their claim. They have nominally been the third team in Spain. They're in the lead against the champions so far. Piqué. Alves does well to get there ahead of his opponent, but he was brought down by him. And it's another yellow card, and this is where Atletico have to be careful. It is foul number 10. Filipe Luis has been amongst a few of those. And now he goes into the book. Letic, is there a point where Diego Simeone's got to go, okay, just stand back a bit now?
I think the guys that have got yellow cards need to be careful, particularly in the second half, to ensure they don't get another one and a red card, because that will play into Barcelona's hands. But just what Martino says at halftime, so crucial to Barcelona's chances. This is where the coaches earn their money. You know, to some degree, maybe sitting back a little bit, maybe drawing Atletico out of that zone, that defensive area, might be what Barcelona needs to do, because if they can counter and play the ball and find space in behind Atletico, and sometimes the most dangerous part for a team, or the most vulnerable, is when they're attacking and in possession of the ball.
And again, it's Atletico winning the ball high and breaking quickly. An excellent pass into Diego Costa. He's got Villa with him. He might go himself. Javier Mascherano with a brilliant piece of defending. Well, Barcelona trying to launch the quick counter. The Atletico strategy is very clear. Win the ball just inside their own half and then break with pace.
Break with pace, and here Diego Costa. It's good defending by Mascherano, a player that's not probably used to playing in a central defensive role. I'm sure Mascherano would love to be in the battle in midfield, where his robust tackling would come into effect. That may be one option for Barcelona, an unlikely option, but Mascherano, good defending there. But everything that Atletico have done, Arda Turan has been involved in.
Diego Costa. It's a good ball over, but difficult for Koke to attack it from his position. And Dani Alves gets away. Crowded out by 4 Atletico Madrid players. What determination shown by this side. Still going, Gabi. Arda Turan. Is the creative hub for Atletico Madrid. Suarez. Villa to Filipe Luis. Busquets getting stuck in for Barcelona. But Atletico have shown, even though they're tough and tenacious, they have ability too.
Oh, they've got some wonderful technicians as well, and they can play in tight areas. What beautiful ambush there. 4 players ambush Dani Alves. Ball-centric defending at its best. And when they do win the ball, they play little intricate passes, little triangles.
There was an arm to the head from Diego Costa, but there didn't seem to be any real deliberate action from Costa.
Now, Diego Costa always looks angry, so serious. He's probably the type of guy you'd want in a street fight with you.
He doesn't give up, that is for certain. Busquets. Plenty of possession for Barcelona, but it's Atletico Madrid who have the goal. Pedro. Brilliant defending by Juan Fran. He has stood tall, as has his opposite number at left back, Filipe Luis. Simeone wanted a free kick there. Busquets. Can't find its way to Xavi. Brilliant play by Suarez. He keeps the move going, but the referee did blow the whistle, and now Busquets goes into the book.
Well, definite yellow card there for Busquets. Clipped Suarez, did a great job of blocking the pass. He's darting through midfield, and that's a little bit cynical by Busquets. Bad challenge.
Simeone lives every moment of these games. It's like he never stopped playing. Seems to enjoy it as well.
Well, Simeone was a great player, a very combative midfielder, a great foil for guys like Diego Maradona in his time.
Atletico Madrid just want to calm things down, take this 1-goal lead into the break. Of course, there's still a long way to go. A return leg at the Camp Nou next week, where Barcelona will fancy their chances on their very wide and very smooth surface. Iniesta. Pedro. And they strike before the break. That would be a big blow to Atletico Madrid. And Dani Alves with the chance to measure across. And Courtois gathers comfortably.
And Courtois a massive, massive goalkeeper, isn't he? I wonder how tall he is. He looks probably about, what, 6'4", 6'5"? Very comfortable.
I must say, I'm not too familiar with the old measurements, but he is 199 centimetres.
Which would be approximately 6'4", you would think, maybe 6'5".
I'll take your word for it, but it's about 2 metres, which is very tall. It's Xavi. Dani Alves, who has got beyond his defender just on a couple of occasions, but perhaps not often enough for Gerardo Martino's liking. Busquets onto Jordi Alba. Just a minute of additional time to end this first half. Xavi. Another Turan gets his head there, and Courtois read it well. Hasn't he had a fine evening so far for Atletico Madrid? Involved, as Itek said before, in every good move going forward, but also defensively responsible.
Oh, he's been absolutely outstanding, Arda Turan. So comfortable on the ball. Drifts in from the left-hand side, works hard. And also set up the goal for David Villa.
Alexis Sanchez getting back to help out his defence. Just seconds left for Barcelona, but it could be Atletico who have the final chance of this first half. There will be a corner kick, and you suspect the final action of the first period. Piqué getting himself into trouble.
Arda Turan again. Just picked his pocket there, just a bit slow to get out. Piqué a bit slow to move the ball, and the second man ambush once again. Another corner for Atletico Madrid.
Got a few of the big players in there. Diego Costa is the one Barcelona will have to watch, but it's taken short. And that is the half-time whistle. One where Barcelona dominated possession, but Atletico Madrid created the better openings. And it was David Villa who came to the fore early on. His goal means at the break, it's Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 0.
Second half, but you're right. You know, a return leg at the Camp Nou, so you know it's going to be playing into their hands in the second leg.
At 1-0, it's not a disaster for Barcelona by any means. There's plenty of time in this game to go, and I think it's not a bad move actually. I mean, it depends on who he's taking off. I think Fabregas is going to be very good because he's very good at drifting into spaces and coming in from a deep position, because you don't want to clog the front line by having too many forwards in that front half of the field.
Okay, 1-0 to Atletico over Barcelona. Back to our commentary team now, Itek Genç and Vitor Sobral.
Thanks, David. We can confirm the change. It's Lionel Messi coming off for Cesc Fabregas. We aren't surprised that it's a change, but I think we're surprised that it's Lionel Messi who's come off.
Well, it's got to be an injury, right? Because you wouldn't take Messi off when you're 1-0 down. He may have picked up a knock in the first half.
He didn't. He didn't have the best first half, but it's Lionel Messi, and he didn't appear to have any issues.
Oh no, I don't think it's a performance issue. I think it's got to be a knock, and we'll probably find out sooner rather than later why he was substituted. But Fabregas is a quality player, and a player that Barcelona need to break down a very compact Atletico defensive formation.
David Villa's goal separates the sides as we get the second half underway at the Vicente Calderón. Atletico Madrid, the slender lead in this first leg of the Spanish Super Cup. And keep in mind, Neymar is also sitting on the bench for Barcelona. Big news coming into the second period. Lionel Messi has been taken off. Cesc Fabregas comes in his place. And Fabregas, of course, does have experience playing the false nine role. He did so famously for Spain in the Euro 2012. And that appears to be where he's going to play for this second half. Alexis Sanchez now bursting, trying to burst through the Atletico defence. Got in, plays it safe, and Courtois clears. Maitek, are you a fan of the central midfielder playing as a striker?
Oh, look, it depends on how your team plays and how you can penetrate and which guys are making forward runs at different times of the game. But what I'd like to see is a better 1v1 aggressive attacking. To break down this Atletico defence, you need wide players, whether it's fullbacks or the wingers, being able to beat their player 1v1. If it's Pedro on one side, a little jink and try and just go past Juan Fran, and same on the other side with Alexis and Felipe Luis. And it's easier said than done, but you know, those 1v1 bursts and the drop of the shoulder could create the extra man somewhere.
Simeone's got his substitutes warming up. Thiago, the very highly rated Oliver Torres is amongst them. Well, Gerardo Martino did talk about in the lead up to this game how, as we see Neymar warming up, so his presence may be felt sooner rather than later. But Martino did talk about leading into this game how you can't just not play Messi. It's and part of the reason that some believe Martino got the job is his relationship with Messi. They're both from Rosario. They both know each other fairly well, and so it's as you said before, you can only suspect this is an injury.
Well, it's got to be an injury, and he did take Messi off in the game against Levante. And he also made a couple of comments about why he did so. But it's got to be an injury. I don't think Messi is the type of player you take off at half-time of a game unless he's picked up a knock.
Xavi continuing. There was plenty of talk that he wouldn't start this game, but he has done, and he hasn't really had an impact yet. Neither has Iniesta, but they are certainly capable of doing so. Here's Xavi. Jordi Alba. The arms go out, asking for who should I give it to, then you know things aren't clicking for Barcelona. Alves. Mascherano. Almost camped inside the Atletico half, but when the home side win it, they do break with real purpose. And we could see that here. Suarez. Left side of the ball, and Pedro has a chance to start a counter for Barcelona. Alexis Sanchez. Now Cesc, surely. Referee says get up. No penalty. But the best opening from Barcelona so far. And it came from winning the ball high. But somehow they didn't get the shot off.
Well, Atletico lost the ball. Pedro was the one who chased back, won the ball back. Great little ball in for Alexis. Rounded the goalkeeper. Great save by Courtois. And a second bite, and here, good defending there by Arda Turan to stop the shot from Fabregas.
Did he get the ball, I think?
No, he didn't, but it would have been a big call for the referee to say that was a penalty. And by the time Fabregas lifted his leg, Arda Turan was already there clearing away.
A big moment in this Super Cup. If it was a penalty, Arda Turan may have been sent off, and that would have just changed the whole complex of this tie. But the referee said play on. Now Barcelona have to move on. Iniesta. Well, he hasn't got the strongest shot from distance, but at least that made Courtois work. We haven't seen that too often.
Well, that's important for Barcelona as well, to be able to shoot from distance. The ball does dip. You know, possibly the goalkeeper could drop the ball. Follow up by the strikers, and that's important. I think picking up free kicks on the edge of the box is very important for Barcelona as well.
Another Turan. With Koke. Nice one to get away from Alves. There you go, Costa is late in reading the play, but Atletico Madrid have won the free kick regardless. They do have a few players who can hit them. This is striking distance for Atletico.
Strong player out of the Turan. Built low to the ground, very solid, hard to dispossess.
Looks like Koke is going to line this one up. He may just swing it in rather than go for goal. We've seen some stunning free kicks from this distance. I think last week, Johan Gourcuff scored an absolute screamer from exactly this position for Lyon. Koke does swing it in. Miranda gets up. That wasn't far away. The match winner from the Copa del Rey final from last season. The goal scorer who put them into this Super Cup almost doubles Atletico's lead.
It's always dangerous when a free kick like this comes in swinger. Almost an Atletico goal. Mascherano, not the tallest defender.
Can't get up fairly high for a man who's not as tall as you suspect a central defender should be. Of course, Barcelona like their central defenders to be ball players rather than ball winners. Warm-ups just intensifying somewhat for Barcelona, but Aitek, surely Martino's going to say, I have a player who can open up this defence on his own. When do I bring him on?
Well, they'll bring him on fairly soon. I think it's important that Neymar gets at least half an hour in this game.
It could be Atletico who break Barcelona open first. Busquets to the rescue. They're getting in a tangle with Juan Fran, who, of course, is one of the players booked for Atletico.
That's great pressing there by Juan Fran. As soon as the ball went out wide, Juan Fran was all over Iniesta.
Villa, great ball into Koke. Piqué gets in the way. But still Atletico. Another Turan. Just bouncing around dangerously for Barcelona. They still can't get it clear. Xavi now. Can Barca launch the kind of counter-attack that Atletico have engineered throughout this game?
But once again, Barcelona trying to counter-attack, but the pressing and the closing down of players by Atletico is just a hallmark of their game.
Intensity is starting to lift at the Vicente Calderon. The fans in full voice. Pedro in full flight. Disappointing pass from Pedro. He's had a fairly poor night by his standards. Mascherano across the cover there. Approaching the hour mark. David Villa's goal separates the sides, but still no signs that Barcelona are getting into a rhythm. Diego Costa, tireless striker. Been playing almost as a left winger here. Not afraid to get into a tussle either, Diego Costa, and it's Barcelona rather who win the free kick. Doesn't mind having a go at the officials either.
Oh, Atletico love this. They love the scrap, the fight. Drawing Barcelona into a game that they don't want to play.
Francis Awaratifi mentioned it at half-time. It's just incredible how much this Atletico Madrid side are an embodiment of their coach, Diego Simeone, because that was him. He would have loved that.
That's true. They take up similar characteristics to the coach. There's a great point made. And the other point that was made was the size of the pitch. It does look very compact. Not as big as the Nou Camp. Not as much space. We see Mario Suarez booked. He's had a really good game, Suarez.
He's the third Atletico player to be cautioned. And that is just for persistent fouling. There was nothing too aggressive about it. The other two players are Juan Fran and Felipe Luis. Busquets, the only player to go into the book from Barcelona's side. There is Busquets. Xavi. It's a good ball in, looking for Sanchez, but again, Courtois is so comfortable from the high ball, and you'd expect him to be, being just about 2 meters tall. He was just waiting there to see if Piqué would lose sight of the ball in the air. Just a reminder of the incredible record Diego Simeone has in finals. He's been in 3 with Atletico Madrid. He's won all 3. This is the 4th. And again, they're just performing beyond expectation.
Well, it's not unexpected for him. They're well drilled. They would have worked hours and hours on the training paddock about how they want to play. They're executing beautifully.
Felipe Luis coming forward as Neymar starts getting kitted up for Barcelona. His introduction is just moments away now. Dani Alves. Sanchez getting his foot in and almost too late, but the referee says it was fine. Busquets. Barcelona, who usually have complete control of the match, and it doesn't seem to be the case here. Xavi. That's despite Lions' share of possession. Just look out of sorts, and maybe Neymar is the player that can spark them into life. Here he is. The $86 million signing. Neymar is about to come on, and you have to say it's a understandable change. Pedro has not had a good night. In his place comes the exciting new Brazilian superstar, Neymar.
What a signing, Neymar for Barcelona. On for Pedro. It's not a surprise Pedro's off. Been out-muscled on numerous occasions in this game. Not the only Barcelona player, but Neymar will give something different. Very clever footballer, good in the dribble, goal-scoring threat.
Do apologise for the technical issue we're having at present. We're trying to get that rectified as quickly as possible as Arda Turan goes down the sideline. Koke trying to cut it back in, but Dani Alves is there. It is a corner kick for Atletico Madrid. Atletico trying to nullify the impact Neymar will have before he even gets a touch of the ball.
Great little run by Arda Turan and a little pass in field. He's so clever at those little 3 or 4 yard passes. Releasing a teammate. Corner now for Atletico.
Koke's over it. Diego Costa again is the most likely target for Atletico. He's peeling off to the back post. He's got it here and gets the shot away, but Busquets in the road. Still, Atletico's pressing is just quite incredible. They win it back again. Arda Turan slips it in for Diego Costa. Good save by Victor Valdez.
Great play again there by Arda Turan. I keep mentioning his name, but such a clever little pass for Diego Costa, who himself has been pretty good in this game.
Now Xavi does well to find Dani Alves. But again, Atletico get back so quickly and they win it and now can break quickly. Arda Turan. As Filipe Luis with him. Villa's made his way into the penalty area. Diego Costa's there too. The cross, a disappointing one for Atletico. Costa does well to keep it in. And now it's a free kick, in fact, to Barcelona. But Ditek, do you think the introduction of Neymar will change things up for Barcelona?
Well, Barcelona would hope so. It's hard to say the way Atletico have defended in numbers. I think the key thing is to get the ball to Neymar in space, or a little bit of space. We know how brilliant a player he is, but the way Atletico are moving, the way they're fighting for every ball, it's going to be difficult for him.
Dani Alves using Cesc Fabregas, who hasn't seen too much of the ball. He's coming on at the start of the second period. Now Jordi Alba. Here is Neymar getting his first real touch of the ball in this Super Cup. Dani Alves. Neymar continues his run. Piqué. Alexis Sanchez. Cesc just peeling off there. He's done well here, Fabregas. Couldn't find Alexis Sanchez rather, and Filipe Luis has defensively been extremely strong. And the Atletico players are desperate for the referee to give Busquets a yellow card. It would be his second.
Well, the Atletico players have absolutely gone crazy. Busquets' clumsy challenge, premeditated, because Atletico were trying to break, and he's already had a yellow card. So the Atletico players very unhappy about that, but it's good to see Neymar. He looks lively. He'll always cut back in from the left-hand side onto his right foot, make darting runs forward.
Again, we do apologise for the technical issue we're having. It's being rectified as quickly as we can. And of course, there's still, as we've seen in the past few days, there's still plenty of time for movement in the transfer market. It won't close till the end of the month. And for the latest news, head to sbs.com.au/theworldgame to get the latest on all the transfer happenings. There's already been a few in the last few days. Talk of Willian going to Tottenham. Ali Sissoko has signed for Liverpool. And of course, only a month ago, David Villa signed for Atletico Madrid. And now he's gone and scored against his old club. That means it's Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 0 in this first leg of the Spanish Supercopa. Now here comes Neymar. He's got the ability to break open this watertight Atletico Madrid defence. Piqué creeping further and further forward. Xavi. Neymar just trying to sneak in between the lines, but Gabi was there. Tries to release Diego Costa, hasn't got anything in support, and wins the free kick. And it's a yellow card now to Jordi Alba. A sign that Barcelona are getting frustrated.
Well, they are frustrated. They haven't created that many chances. And what a great run there by Diego Costa. Very important when a team defends so deep that you have transitioning players willing to get forward, sometimes with the ball, sometimes without the ball. An empty run sometimes into space. You don't want to hang on to the ball deep all the time and let Barcelona press. And their transition from defence to attack has been a hallmark of the Atletico performance.
Simeone still living every moment, kicking every ball. making sure his team's perfectly placed for this set piece. They take it short. Cross comes in now, but there's no one at the far post for Atletico. 25 minutes left. This result will be a good one, particularly because Madrid won't have conceded an away goal, and that might come into account in the second leg. Neymar goes down off the ball. Now Fabregas. Xavi. Dani Alves. This is better from Barcelona. Alves with a good ball across goal. Neymar's there, and he scores! Neymar gets his first official Barcelona goal, and what a time to score it.
And that's what superstars do, and Neymar with a brilliant header down past the goalkeeper. Well, but that was a movement. Started on the left-hand side. The ball was moved a little bit quicker. Great little ball there. Dani Alves chips it to the far post, and Atletico fell asleep. Just for a second. That's what Barcelona do to you. You cannot lose concentration for 1 minute, 1 second. And a great little dink. Neymar up, unmarked. And past Courtois.
It wasn't from a brilliant dribble. It wasn't from a great shot. It was a simple point-blank header, but it will mean the world to Gerardo Martino and to his multi-million-dollar signing, Neymar. A first official Barcelona goal. And now the complex of this tie has just completely changed. And Barcelona look like they've got a spring in their step.
Psychologically, a big blow for Atletico. For Barcelona to score there.
Now can they reply instantly? David Villa's through here. Good save by Valdez on the near post. He positioned himself very well. Things have opened up at the Vicente Calderon. Iniesta. Neymar. Just a little too eager there. The Brazilian 21-year-old who's already made an impact.
But I like that, Vitor, the way Neymar always prepared to jink and run at players. We didn't see much of that from Pedro. Neymar's got something that Pedro doesn't have, and that's that ability to go in and out, drop the shoulder. Pedro's very quick, but Neymar's so clever.
It was just a reminder there before as well how dangerous Atletico can be on the counter-attack. This is just because Barcelona have now got the momentum doesn't mean this contest is swinging their way.
No, that was a good run by David Villa. Great ball through. He did so well to get a left foot shot on target. Slight deflection, and Valdez did very well to stop it with his right hand.
But I take now, Atletico concerned that Barcelona have an away goal, and this result might not be enough going into the camp now.
I think more importantly for Atletico is that they don't concede another one. I think they'll probably take a draw in this game, the way they've played.
That was a late lunge by Cesc Fabregas. They'll be lucky to escape a booking here. It does appear that he's done so. Well, I'm not sure how that's not a yellow card.
Well, that's definitely a yellow card by Fabregas. Foot very high. Some inconsistent decisions by the referee in this game, but one in particular when Busquets probably should have got a second yellow.
No changes yet from Atletico Madrid. They do have the experienced Thiago on the bench, the explosive Christian Rodriguez, Leo Batistão, another signing from Simeone in the transfer window. Also Insu and Demichelis defenders, and of course the promising young talent Oliver Torres. We expect changes will be made in these final 20 minutes from Diego Simeone. Xavi. Fabregas. Bit of miscommunication between himself and Dani Alves. And perhaps Messi's thinking about how he's going to be able to combine with Neymar when they inevitably play together in the coming weeks.
I think they'll strike up a great combination. I think they're both so clever. Neymar, the junior member of that duo.
Now Sanchez battling away, Alexis Sanchez, and wins the free kick too, in very good position for Barcelona.
That's what Barcelona need to do. Run at players, dart through gaps, pick up free kicks. We spoke about that at half-time. Bit of a bad challenge there by Suarez as well. Another great opportunity for Barcelona.
They've got basically 11 candidates for this free kick, but it does appear as though Xavi is going to be the one to strike it. Iniesta's over it too, but Xavi will likely try and curl this one around the wall.
And this is Messi territory under normal circumstances. If he wasn't off the pitch, Messi would love to take this one.
Xavi does have a history of scoring from these positions. He steps up, not too far away, but not enough to make Courtois work.
Not quite the dip that Xavi wanted.
We are going to see a change now for Atletico, and it's one up-and-coming talent. One who's really staked his claim as a first 11 player. Koke being replaced by a promising youngster in Oliver Torres. Torres just 18 years of age. He made his debut as a substitute a year ago. Against Levante in the league, and he's getting a first touch here, but dispossessed by Dani Alves. Torres is slotting alongside Mario Suarez, so not quite a like-for-like change. I'd
No, not quite. He does look very young, doesn't he? He's 18 years of age, looks about 13. Not a great first touch. Dispossessed straight away. Atletico need to just keep plugging away, keep doing what they're doing. Well, they have done for most of the game. They don't want to fall in a heap.
That's Barcelona... a great ball in for Neymar. Apologies there as Neymar was getting a touch inside the penalty area. It looks like there's going to be another change for Simeone. Looks like Leo Batistão is going to come on as Barcelona with a brilliant chance. Alexis Sanchez blocked by Courtois.
Well, what a great chance there. Great ball, diagonal ball in behind Luis Felipe. Courtois, great save, but Alexis Sanchez possibly could have hit that first time volley. Possibly a side foot volley. And the signs are there, aren't they? Barcelona in the ascendancy.
They're getting on top. Xavi swings over the corner kick. PK couldn't get to the far post quick enough. Torres again losing out. Busquets with a great little pass to Iniesta. Here's it back for Fabregas. One touch too many from Barcelona. Now Arda Turan doing the defensive work for his side. Falls to Neymar. Iniesta. Gavi, Atletico still trying to scramble the ball clear. And how this game has shifted. Barcelona looked out of sorts, no rhythm, and suddenly Neymar's introduction and a goal and everything's changed. And it's a change for Atletico as well. It's going to be Leo Batistão to come on for Arda Turan.
Well, the momentum has really shifted in favour of Barcelona, and that's what happens psychologically. Atletico, after working so hard and being tactically brilliant, are really struggling at the moment with their energy. I think Simeone recognises that. 2 substitutions already. Arda Turan, for me, has been the best player for Atletico. Maybe he's tiring as well.
He has done a lot of work, but his replacement, Leo Batistão, a 20-year-old, did extremely well at Rayo Vallecano last season. He was bought for $10.5 million from the Madrid-based club. Batistão's real claim to fame is that he played with Neymar at their first club, Portuguesa Santista, in São Paulo, or in Santos rather. Xavi. Dani Alves. Filipe Luis getting there ahead of Fabregas, and now Batistão with his first touch. He's a strong, bustling forward. Got a bit of pace about him too. He's won the free kick.
Simeone, the first guy up, wants a yellow card given to the Barcelona defender. That's a good, positive run. A lot of energy. Batistão, that's what they need to do. They need to break. They need to counter-attack.
I wouldn't mind seeing Diego Simeone's GPS readings at the end of this game.
And his heart rate, blood pressure. Simeone lives and breathes every moment of the game. A passionate coach.
This is Atletico's chance to get back on top. Conceded a goal. They've really conceded the ascendancy as well. It's a good ball in, but no one in at the far post for Atletico. Can be wondering why no one was attacking the ball there. Messi, all he can do now is watch on, which must be extremely frustrating for Barcelona number 10.
Oh, there's nothing worse when you go off the pitch, watching your teammates play, wishing you're out there.
And knowing you can make a difference as well.
Oh, definitely. I think the game has opened up in the second half. I think Messi would have really been in his element in the second half here and done a lot of damage, and probably be disappointed with that as well.
It's the third change, so they've come thick and fast from Atletico. And it's Diego Costa who's going to be replaced by Christian Rodriguez. And Costa was basically playing as a right winger, so Rodriguez will slot straight into that role.
He's had a good game, Diego Costa. Worked very hard defensively and offensively. Been involved in a lot of the good work by Atletico.
Rodriguez, an explosive player. He also scored against Sevilla. It was a fine solo effort in the league on the weekend. Uruguayan, of course, made his name at FC Porto. Didn't find regular first-team football there, and it's kind of been the same at Atletico Madrid, but gets his chance in the Super Cup. Jordi Alba. Neymar staying very high and very wide. Fabregas into Neymar. Iniesta. Fabregas turns easily. Xavi. Oh, Barcelona starting to get Atletico Madrid on that passing carousel. Piqué. Iniesta. Neymar dropping deep. Busquets. Xavi. Fabregas, well, he could have left it for Neymar, really. I think that's what the Brazilian's saying, just let it go through your legs.
Well, he could have left it there, Iniesta, for Neymar, as you said, Vitor, but I love the way Neymar vacates space. Jordi Alba sits into a left wing position. Iniesta drops in behind, and then a quick interchange once again. And if you circulate and move the ball quickly, and if you have bodies in motion, it's very hard for Atletico to defend.
We did wonder whether Neymar would be able to spark Barcelona into life, and just his movement off the ball does seem to have done that as he comes forward now on the edge of the penalty area. It's fallen to Fabregas. Atletico trying to get the ball clear. Rodriguez. And he ran into trouble and played the ball out.
It's a very congested midfield, both teams. And in particular for Atletico, they just can't seem to get out.
Given away by Busquets. Batistão hasn't got much in support, and Mascherano dispossesses him. Dani Alves. Alexis Sanchez. This final 10 minutes could go a long way to making a difference in the Super Cup. Fabregas into Iniesta. Clever little ball for Sanchez, or for Jordi Alba rather. Couldn't bring it down quickly enough.
And the beauty of Cesc Fabregas is he just finds that little pocket of space in between the lines. Just drops in there, false nine occasions, sometimes out of midfield, but he's done it again there, and it was a good little interplay. Thought maybe the option of chipping it in for Jordi Alba was difficult. But they're turning the screws, aren't they, Barcelona? There's 10 minutes to go, and they look the team more likely.
Piqué stepping forward. Of course, both these teams will be competing in the Champions League group stage, and earlier this morning we saw the completion of the Champions League first leg playoffs. For a wrap of the best action from both today and yesterday, join us from 11 p.m. on SBS1 for the Champions League highlights. A few cracking goals in that, so don't miss it. Focus for these two now is the Supercopa. Neymar, his introduction has made a difference for Barcelona. Iniesta. Busquets. Now starting to find a bit more space in between the lines. Fabregas, Neymar. Well, Courtois had to gather at the second attempt.
And once again, it's Fabregas always finding space in between the lines. He's just got a knack of doing that, and good interplay there. Neymar trying to find his teammate on the far post, but the man Mountain Courtois, very easy catch.
Well, by Juanfran, who has to be careful. He is on a yellow card. And I take just in the last few minutes, Barcelona's passing suddenly looks more comfortable, more purposeful.
It does, very slick. It's a Barcelona that we know. Some beautiful interplay. I just think Neymar's introduction has been fantastic for Barcelona. Plus the fact that Atletico have really tired, and it's noticeable because for what, 60 minutes of the game they were pretty good, but they seem to lack a bit of energy at this point in time.
Well, Simeone made basically 3 changes in the space of 5 minutes, so obviously he saw an issue.
Oh, he definitely saw an issue, and the 2 players he took off were 2 of their best. Turan and Costa. And the young boys really struggled. Oliver.
Jordi Alba straight to an opponent, but Iniesta wins it back instantly. So much of their defensive work is about positioning in their attack as well, Barcelona. Dani Alves. Juanfran just does enough to allow Courtois to gather. The Atletico substitutes. Diego Costa, of course, started the game. Busquets. The pressure doesn't seem as quick or intense from Atletico Madrid, but Neymar's been caught out. may have lashed out there, and he's got a yellow card for his trouble, Neymar.
Well, Gabby was the one that lashed out.
But, Neymar will have to learn he can't react in that manner.
One thing noticeable about the Atletico players is how good they are in the one-on-one situations defensively. Very rarely do they get beaten in those situations. Neymar there trying to beat his opposite number and coming out second best.
Looks like Alex Song is going to come on for Barcelona. Could be Xavi that he brings off as we approach the 90th minute. Here is Xavi. Just want the tempo to be a bit more constant for Barcelona as Sanchez gets in there and provides a nuisance, but fouled his opponent in doing so.
The referee's had a difficult game. Been a game very feisty, very robust. A lot of midfield tackling and ambushing, and
there's been a lot of fouls in this game. 35 all up, 20 from Atletico Madrid. One from Leo Batistão, rather, getting into trouble there. These two teams' focus returns to the league. On the weekend, Atletico Madrid will face Rayo Vallecano only on Monday morning Australian time, while Barcelona have a fairly difficult trip to Malaga, although it's not the wonderful Malaga side we saw in the Champions League. Their coach is gone and a number of their top players have also left. And of course, next Thursday, it's the second leg, and Messi will be hoping to feature in that contest as well. Looks like it could go either way at present. Rodriguez. And lacking support as Atletico try those quick counter-attacks. It's found its way to Villa. And a tussle with Piqué. The burly Barcelona defender wins out. Alves breaking forward.
That was great defending by Piqué. David Villa trying to push the ball past him, but he used his strength and power to dispossess him and start a counter-attack. We see Alex Song coming on.
It's Xavi who's going to come off. Certainly got better for Xavi in the second half, but he just appears frustrated with the little space and, I guess, little movement that was going on around him. Alex Song is going to that number 6 position with Busquets pushing further forward. And then the 90th minute now. It's been a full allocation of substitution, so I suspect at least 3 minutes of additional time will be given. There's Oliver Torres. Just a glimpse there of why he's so highly rated. One front. Going straight into Neymar.
I think when it gets to this stage of the game, in the 90th minute, both coaches will probably be happy to take a point. The last thing they need is to concede a goal at this point in time, and usually a lot of coaches do stand up and tell their players, listen, it's all over, let's just take the point and go home, and they'll be reluctant to take risks.
There is a second leg to think about as well, so it does appear as though no one's going to take too many risks in the last 2 minutes. There's 2 minutes of additional time. It wasn't a great start from Barcelona, but the second half particularly, they've grown into the contest.
Oh, they've been the better team by far for me in the second half. In the first half, I thought Atletico were outstanding in their shape and discipline and work ethic. That's exactly what Simeone would have wanted, but second half, Barcelona really come back into the game. I think the introduction of Neymar and Fabregas being able to find space in between the lines was a big plus for Barcelona, and in the end they'll probably deserve to get this draw.
There is still time for someone to find a winner. Jordi Alba, Neymar, Piqué, Fabregas getting up. On front trying to shrug him off, and it's Miranda who comes over to cover. Still time for one last attack from Barcelona. Atletico look like they're happy to just take the draw and see what happens at the Camp Nou. Barca, of course, as is their typical style, want to win it. Mascherano. Well taken by Jordi Alba. Not strong enough for Fabregas. And the referee blows the final whistle at the Vicente Calderón. Diego Simeone, in the end, will probably be satisfied. Lionel Messi only played 45 minutes. And for Tata Martino, it's possibly enough of a result to calm the nerves. A full-time score at the Vicente Calderón. Atletico Madrid 1, Barcelona 1.
Thanks to Vitor Sobral and Aitek Genç. 1-1 at the Calderón, and a very, very good second half for Barcelona after Atletico did the business well in the first half. Jason Kalina and Francis Waratifi have watched 2 matches this morning, but this one, Franny, what did you make of Barca's second half?
Oh, it's much better. I think the intensity was better. I felt that they moved the ball around better, and in a strange way, I think Messi's injury actually helped them because I think that in a sense they weren't so aware or focused on his presence, and I think the opposition also, once Messi had gone off, I'm sure that a part of their plan was looking after Messi, and once he'd gone off, there wasn't that focus anymore. So all the other players collectively were able to play much more together rather than sort of having that Messi factor there. So I thought, in fact, it benefited them in the second half.
As we look at the highlights and just pay credit, I suppose, to Atletico's first half and the fact that they took a wonderful chance very well. David Villa seized the moment. Just reflect on this goal, Jason.
Yeah, like we said before, it was an absolutely fantastic strike, and it was still relatively early on in the game to get the goal, so it was great. But that meant that Atletico naturally would sit back and try and soak up some pressure, and that's exactly what they did in the first half, and they did it to the T. Yeah. They did it absolutely brilliantly.
That's what made me laugh at the bottom of the picture there after David Villa's volley. Diego Costa got taken out on the way towards the goal. And he scores a goal and he's complaining to the linesman rather than celebrating the goal.
And this is the hamstring injury to Lionel Messi. We've just found out on Twitter that he's going to have tests tomorrow on a hamstring strain. So that's exactly why
Fabregas' presence is also a good thing because he's also very good at playing that false number 9 position. He drops fairly deep. He finds good. He knows how to find space in the box. I don't know. I wouldn't have said that was a penalty. Okay. No. But he knows how to find space. He links extremely well with his other players. But I think, as Jason mentioned at half-time as well, and we see this with Barcelona, teams that drop back, that play deep against them, that try to soak up pressure, you can't do it for the whole game. It's too hard, because physically, defending takes more toll on you than actually playing. And so, it can take a toll on you. And later on in the game, you're going to be open to mistakes. And this is what's happened here. It was a great ball to the far post, and that's something that Pedro probably wouldn't have got that header. But Neymar, being physically obviously bigger, he's able to sort of take advantage of that space over there.
What about the quality of the header?
Yeah, it was a fantastic header. I mean, first of all, going down to the ground. I think that's the hardest thing for a keeper is to stave the ball when the ball's going down onto the ground And in that instance, the keeper had no chance. But it took one player to switch off Atletico to allow Neymar to venture into the far post area. So
I think it was brave as well, very brave.
Francis, quick prediction for the second half, or for the second leg, I should say.
Look, I'd say Barcelona favourites because, as I said at half-time, the pitch, I mean, the Camp Nou pitch is very wide, one of the biggest in football. Atletico won't be able to do what they did in the first half as effectively at Camp Nou.
And Jason, thanks for your company this morning. It's been a terrific morning of football as we begin our European season. And Francis, good to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks, Pat.
Thank you.
That is it. So second legs to come next week, starting with the Champions League playoffs on Wednesday. We'll focus on Salonika as PAOK take their away goal advantage back to the Tumba. Thursday sees PSV head to the San Siro, away goals again separating these two. Coverage from 4:30 Eastern on SBS1 and HD. After full time in Milan, we'll take you straight to Barcelona for the conclusion of the Spanish Super Cup. All our live games can be also streamed online at sbs.com.au/The World Game. And the World Game is back on Monday night when all the big leagues will be underway, and we'll bring you the pick of the action from 11 p.m. on SBS1 or online from 9:30. Thanks for joining us this morning. Have a great day. Until next time, it's bye for now.
Por una ley que respete tierra y vida.